Here is a video showing an Enduro practice track I built at home. It was designed to be ridden in both a clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. When building a track, it's easiest to work with the land, using what's available. I don't have any hills here, but there are a lot of old fence posts and logs lying around, so I use them. Another thing to keep in mind is the weather. This is a flood-prone area, so I didn't need to add a water feature. I won't add any rock obstacles either, due to the fact that this is taipan country. This is how I built each obstacle in the order I built them. This was originally a corner, but it was near impossible in the wet. I dug the logs into the ground 30mm or so, and packed a bit of dirt around them for extra support. I also dug in a couple of fat stakes to stop the logs moving from the force of the bike hitting them. This was the quickest and safest way to build these obstacles, I believe. I use this method for most of the obstacles. After I built that, I sorted out a log hop. It was dug in 30mm and some kickers were added for stability. Using stakes on the sides instead of kickers would also be a method of making it more challenging. I gave it a test. It passed the test.
Coming up. Oh.
This matrix broke during testing. I found that screwing a log onto the top didn't really work that well. I fixed it by using some off cuts in the middle and just compacting dirt around them so they were nice and sturdy. It is pretty sketchy with the gap in the middle. I attached the end logs by wrapping metal around them and screwing it in. Screwing them straight to the side doesn't work because this can happen and knock it out. The metal could be dangerous if you stack it and land on it, but it was the easiest thing to do. After having a chat with my old man, he showed me a way to make a basic seesaw. This indent was cut out with the chainsaw and the log just sits on top. These little chalk things were dug in to make it land square every time. The jumps were dug next. Nothing to them, just dig and compact. Shortly after this was finished, it rained. Completely changed the way the track was ridden. Traction was not possible. Good fun. This obstacle was made next. It makes for a decent challenge. The logs are all uneven and the big logs are not straight either. It was very simple to construct. These big logs were dug in and these logs were jammed in between them. Next was the balance beam, a must-have for any practice track. I found I needed to add some support underneath to stop the wood bouncing. The extra log also makes the chicken run a little harder. The sand pit here I just dug out with the excavator. It's about 30 centimeters deep. I used the dirt I dug up for building up these corners. They had to be built up because there were roots that were causing mayhem. I didn't want to cut the roots out. They were very time consuming to make, but they are very fun to ride.